Tuesday's massive explosion in cul-de-sac triggered a mass casualty response from the Victoria Hospital, as casualties came streaming into the Accident and Emergency Department. A total of 15 patients presented at the hospital suffering from various injuries, with some requiring immediate surgical procedures. One patient succumbed to his injuries while others were stabilized. Additional nurses, doctors, ancillary and admin staff responded quickly to manage the injured, as well as the friends and family members who arrived on the scene. It was a baptism by fire for newly appointed Acting Executive Director of the Victoria Hospital, Brenda Calix, who took up her duties only 1 day ago. She was, however, exceedingly pleased with the response of the hospital staff to manage the situation.
From the time we got the news, what we did, we rounded up all the clinical personnel, surgical personnel, the medical director, the nursing director, all our admin persons are there. We also got the security to come in, more security personnel to come in. We also got the domestic assistants, the orderlies, all those persons, including our admin personnel, accountants and everybody, all those persons in supplies, the lab, everybody was rounded up and everybody's here. Persons came out and the doctors are really helpful. The persons are working, the doctors are there and they are working.
The executive director sympathized with the family members for the sudden shock brought about by this incident, but assured that the hospital is adequately managing the situation.
Right now we have everything under control. We also have the Lamina Hospital in Martinique. They have called us to let us know that they are on standby if we need to transfer anybody to Martinique.
Calix added that patients on wards who could safely be managed at home were discharged to make bed space available, while other persons reporting to the A&E department agreed to wait a little longer to be attended to by medical personnel. Prime Minister Honorable Alan Shastney and Minister for Economic Affairs Honorable Guy Joseph were on site at the Victoria Hospital to provide assistance to staff, particularly with respect to travel arrangements to Martinique, and to empathize with the numerous family and friends gathered at the Victoria Hospital.
It is very sad and my sympathies go out to the families, especially those who have lost their loved ones. And our prayers are with those who are still alive and maybe in a critical condition, that things are going to work out and that we are not going to have any more casualties than what we have. It's very sad, especially when an individual lives and goes to work and his family expects him to come back home, and on the job a tragedy like this happens. It's a very difficult situation to deal with.
Minister Joseph indicated that while attending a budget meeting on the waterfront, he received reports that the building had shaken due to a massive explosion at Ferron Quarry in cul-de-sac. The meeting was quickly ended and he and the Prime Minister immediately visited the site, where they learned of 2 deaths on location and a number of injured persons transported to the Victoria Hospital.
I know the Prime Minister has been in touch with counterparts in Martinique, medical persons and other persons to put measures in place in the event that we need to transport anybody to Martinique. I have been in discussions with the directors at the hospital, so as far as we know, the response has been very good from the hospital. All the personnel that is required were called in and they responded very quickly. And we must really applaud our medical team and our workers for responding with such limited resources, as we know the challenges that we have in the health sector, to the mass casualties that we've had today.
The Victoria Hospital provided coffee, tea and water in the staff lounge to family members awaiting the outcome of their loved one's situation, while the Prime Minister organized meals for the hardworking staff and volunteers, many of whom worked extended shifts. 4 patients were also airlifted to Martinique for treatment early Wednesday morning. 3 doctors from Martinique are currently at Victoria Hospital to assist with patient management. From the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Glenn Simon reporting.